Hey guys, welcome and or welcome back to I what? Hi guys, welcome and or welcome back to Cassie J. That is me. I am Cassie J. I am a cash budgeter and I'm on a debt-free journey and I'm trying to get my life together. I'm actually on a weight loss journey and I wanted to do a clip, something really short, so I could just add it to the Vlogmas. A lot of people have actually reached out to me and I really do appreciate it. It's so funny to think that complete strangers are actually checking in on me and trying to like see if I'm okay after everything's going on. Mentally, I can honestly say that this weight loss journey has actually been very, very challenging. I can honestly say that it's been really challenging. For those of you who do not follow me and are interested in knowing what happened, I had a tumor. It was a mass tumor. It was huge. I've been fighting it for like the past 5 years, and I finally decided to try and see how I can get rid of it. At first, they were like, it's benign, it's not going to affect you, but I had runny bowel movements all the time. I couldn't eat any greasy food, like fried chicken was bothering me, or if I had leftovers and it had like a little bit of grease in it, it would tear me up for days, or I couldn't have certain meals after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. And you would think that I would actually lose a lot of weight because me not being able to eat, as much. I mean, I ate, but I wasn't able to eat. So I ended up gaining, when I first found out about it, I think I was 208 pounds. And that was right after I had stopped, I guess the word for it would be like competing. So once I stopped doing that, the doctor told me why I was getting sick was because I had this mass tumor on my stomach, and it was on the front part of my stomach, and it grew to the bottom part of my stomach that connected to the large intestines and a part of the small intestines. So I had to get a lot of the my stomach and the intestines removed. So after doing that, a lot, sometimes when the doctors say, oh, it's benign, it's, there's really nothing that they can, it's not cancerous or whatever, you kind of put in your mind it's not that big of a deal, right? You're like, oh, okay, well, I don't have cancer, so just leave the tumor there. Well, it was affecting me in other ways. So to where like my face is always like broken out, like it would always be like under my neck. I gained, my heaviest weight was 310 pounds, and I just couldn't find like myself anymore. I like let myself go. I was in a toxic relationship, which actually helped me let myself go. And so it was just time to make a new decision and to get rid of all the negativity that was building in my head. So I got in 2022, I had health insurance. I was doing the doctor's appointments and stuff, and that's whenever I listened to the doctor was saying that I did not have to worry about it. I did not have to get it removed. In 2023, at the beginning of the year, I had a mild heart attack, and it was leading up to, after all the appointments and stuff, is because of the tumor. It got in my blood, and it was like, they thought that there was, bacteria in the blood, and it was, I don't know doctor words. When you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, that. But if you don't say it, I'm like, oh, what is it? What? Like, I don't know. It's like they just throw letters together and they just like somehow like what? I don't know doctor words. And even though and whenever I would go to my doctor, they know that I didn't know like the medical term for things, and so they would actually just call it a tumor. Like that's what it is, So I'm just like, I didn't really hear the other words, whatever. My doctors and the nurses, all they knew that I'm just like out in one ear, out the other, because I really didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. So I do apologize. I can't tell you exactly what it was, but I know that it was on my stomach, and supposedly I had it for years before I found out that it was actually there. So I don't know if it affected me any before. I don't know. I don't remember anything until after they told me, because that's when I was like, okay, I need to pay attention to it, And then that's whenever I found out that that's the reason why my face has always been, with a lot of pimples. Whenever I was in high school too, so I had a lot of pimples, so I really didn't see that much of a difference. I just see like the under the skin, like if you could tell, this is an under the skin pimple that I'm trying to get rid of, which by the way, the doctor, there's like a lot of them, but by the way, the doctor, I went to a dermatologist not too long ago, and they gave me these meds that supposedly is going to help with this. So I'm going to be doing a 30-day, I think they gave me 90 days worth. So I will be doing a weekly update and like a before and after type thing, whatever. So I will have that on my fitness page, which is going to be on Instagram, since I just found out that TikTok is actually going to be leaving on the 19th of January, if it does. But if you want to follow me, I'll leave it in the description down below so that you can see like what's going on with my face and my weight loss, whatever is going to be over there. Now, The one thing that I can say is that with all the doctor's appointments and everything that happened in 2022, I was like, I found because the doctor was like, it's not that important. I let my insurance go through my company. And I was like, I don't need it. I don't have to go to the doctor, which is the dumbest thing possible. So I was like, let me find something that's cheaper, right? So I got approved for, I think it was like the Obamacare or Health Marketplace or something like that. And they were like, well, you're approved for $300 and something a month to be paid, and the program that you get, whatever. So I was like, okay, I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket for the insurance, which was the best part. And then a lot of like the deductibles and all that, whatever, was what would actually hurt me. So with my job, the deductible was like $1,600, $1,800, even though sickness sucks. They covered everything, but they just, insurance. So anyway, they cover everything, so they are good there, but like everything else is like, so the Health Marketplace actually, they had a huge deductible. I think it was like $9,000, if I remember correctly. And that is like paying for the surgery, having a deductible of $9,000. So I ended up paying out of pocket, which is weird because if you pay out of pocket with no insurance, the payments are cheaper. But if you have insurance, the payments are higher. But the surgeries and stuff, once you meet deductible, gets paid for whenever you have insurance. If that's not the most backward shit I've ever had, I've only found that out because of how crooked the insurance company is. It's a scam. No, anyway, so I actually found out that in 2023, I'm just going to pay out of pocket. I found out that, I needed to have insurance so I could meet my deductible, which is when, and I don't even know how much I paid out of pocket, but every other week, I had a doctor's appointment. Towards the end, I had an appointment every week. If the mass grew, it was every week. If the mass was coasting, it was like every other week. And I think I paid like $120 in doctor visits just to be seen in the hospital room. And then they would bill me the rest. I don't know how much I paid. If you see my debt confession, I had like over $100,000 in debt, and like $30,000 was consumer debt. The rest was medical. So I need to have an update on that because a lot of things have actually fallen off. A lot of things are not. So I have like back down to the $30,000 or less in debt that I actually need to pay. So I just need the exact numbers and I can actually tell you. But anyway, keep an eye out for that because I do have a debt confession coming out. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it, and I'm just discouraged. So what I'm going to say is that in 2024, I finally got insurance in January, and I hurried up and started the process of doing the hysterectomy, which hysterectomy, I got it on March 26th, and it's the best thing ever. Like, I had really heavy periods. I'm anemic, and I would have maybe 180, maybe 200 days of heavy flow, to where I was very fatigued. I was always tired. I was anemic. I was taking iron pills like almost every day. I wasn't always in pain because it turned out that the fibroids that I had that caused it, they thought I only had 8 of them. Well, they grew outside of my uterus to where they were underneath my bladder, which attached itself to the cervix, so they couldn't even see. They didn't know to look there until surgery. And so I went in with 8 and I actually came out with 14. There were so many, and they were so big that the university asked me to sign some papers to give them to them, which was crazy. I don't know if that's everybody does, but when I was like, you want me to give you these? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. Like, as long as they're not in me, I don't care what you do with them. Like, just take them. I ended up doing that, and the hysterectomy was like one of the best things I can honestly say that I've done in my entire life. I have my ovaries. I don't have like the pain. I don't have the periods, but I still have all the symptoms because I have my ovaries. And that's the weird part, is that like my chest will be sore. I have cramps. I bloat. I get headaches. Like, I get all the symptoms because I have both of my ovaries. And then during the time that I was actually finding out that I needed to have a hysterectomy, I found out that one of my fallopian tubes and one of my ovaries were messed up. And so I did a green juice cleanse powder, and I'll go ahead and leave it in the description down below. I got it off of Amazon, so I'll have the direct link to it. But I did it for like 6 months. Every day I drank this drink, and it's supposed to be something that's supposed to help you out. It doesn't have any protein or anything. It's not, I don't know if it's what happened, but I know that whenever I started drinking that, they realized that my ovaries and everything, and my I'm healthy with the tumor. There's nothing else wrong with me. I was borderline diabetic at a time. I was gaining weight so much. I don't really eat candy and stuff anymore like that. Whenever I was taking it, I also drink a lot of lemon water. So I don't know if that, and this was before the weight loss. So I don't know if that helped it, but I know that whenever I went to a doctor, he had mentioned that that may have been part of why my ovary and my fallopian tube got cleared out. So I was like, I don't want any more kids to just take the fallopian tubes and everything else. Just leave the ovaries. So so I ended up getting the hysterectomy, and I am one person who, I'm not in tune with my emotions. I am not one of those. My communication is great. I will communicate, talk to you about anything and everything. When it comes to like myself, I kind of bottle up, like not necessarily saying I'm really sad, I cannot handle this, or I'm depressed, or something like that. I'm just not one of those people. I've never liked cuddling. I don't like holding hands. I don't like just stuff like that. So it's like it's so weird to me to think that after I had the hysterectomy, I want to cuddle. Like who cuddles? That's weird to me. Like, no, I don't want to do it. It's hot. I still have my downfalls. Like, it's fucking hot. Don't touch me. I'm in Texas. Okay, don't touch me. Like holding hand, your hand gets sweaty. I'm like, oh my god. And this right here, oh, I don't like it. I still don't like it today. And so, yeah, it was like a whole thing. And I now I'm like a whole different person. Like being in a relationship actually doesn't bother me. Before I was kind of like, I don't want a relationship. Like I can deal with one person, and I chose to deal with my son's dad because I knew mentally it was never going to go anywhere. And that's, if I can be 100% honest with myself, I knew the reason why I was even dealing with him, answering the phone whenever he called, is because I knew I had no intention of going anywhere with that man. So when it came to the point where I was like, I no longer want to have anything to do with him. I want somebody who's going to, step up and do what it is that they have to do, so that I don't have to be the person that has to work 24/7 or that has to do everything for everybody. And I don't want to be the provider anymore. I want somebody to provide for me. So if something happens, like whenever I had surgery, I didn't have any income coming in unless I worked. Unless I did virtual work, or if I did Uber, or if I was working in the Etsy shop or whatever. That's the only way I got money, is if I did it. I want somebody else to be like, hey, you're sick. Bills are paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come for me. But I'm saying, I'd be okay with it. Just at least 1 month. Give me just 1 month. Just one. I'd take it. I wouldn't be mad if I had to pay the bills for 11 months and you paid for 1. I'd be like, you know what? Let me take that 30 days. Because I will. Okay? So, I don't know. I just feel like being this new person, I'm going to be on a self-love journey. Like, I'm trying to figure out who I am now with these new emotions that are like, I'm more of like an angry person, which is the reason why I used to compete and fight all the time. I'm really into like MMA fighting, and I'm into like female football. Like I'm into stuff like that, and I actually still have interest in that. Just Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like I'm into that type of stuff. That's the things. Those are the things that I like. Like just being weird things, which is like very violent, but I love the way your knuckles hit a jawline. Like that. Things like that. That's the route that I am not. I don't think I'm about to be 40, so I seriously doubt I'm gonna try to get into competing or anything like that. But I would like to take kickboxing classes. I would like to get back in Brazilian. I would like to just focus on just things like that. And with this journey that I'm on, I feel like if I just join something to help me meditate again, help me get back on the track that I used to be on, I might be able to find myself again. So I'm looking into it. This was something that I decided to do today. A lot of people have actually been talking to me about it, and I'm just like, so now that I actually have like an idea as to what I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. And y'all see all that stuff on my counter. I didn't even attempt to clean it because I don't care. I don't. But yeah, so I ended up, where are we at after the hysterectomy? Okay, so I found out that I'm able to possibly get approved for weight loss surgery. And at first I was kind of like, oh, weight loss, I'm going to go to Sono Bello. But I was like, Sono Bello is for the actual fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I go there? And then, which is the Abex or something like that, that is going to give you the tummy tuck. Girl, I'm going to get that. Let my skin be saggy if it want to. I'm going to get that. Y'all going to be like, girl. I'm going to be like, okay. I'm going to be like, okay. That was me. But I have actually been really looking into weight loss. And my PCP approved me to have the surgery to remove my tumor or whatever. But I had to come out of pocket like $2,400 at the time. And which was in August. And or July. And I was like, why, if I already met my deductible when I had my surgery in March, right? And so she was like, well, because of this procedure and whatever, and you know, we're gonna have to have 2 doctors, and I was just like, oh, can you show me where the tumor is? So she gave me the x-ray, she showed me everything where everything was at. And I said, so how much of my stomach do you have to remove? It was I was just, I need to know. She was talking about like all this scar tissue damage, and she was talking about possibly not eating, and like everything that she was saying was reminding me of the VSG. There's a couple of ladies that I've actually watched on Instagram and YouTube, and they had a weight loss surgery. And what she was telling me was that I was going to have a weight loss surgery, but not the weight loss route. I still had to go see all the doctors. I still had to, do certain things, and it was going to be a life-changing thing. And I was just like, I want this gone, but can I have the weight loss surgery, like a gastric doctor do it? So she was like, yeah, let me refer you. And I was like, what? That's all I had to do was ask. So like it took a while for me to even realize that I need to ask, but all I had to do was ask. So I go to Sage Bariatric here in San Antonio, Texas, and they are amazing. They have everything that you need. I mean, counseling. They teach you how to eat. They have classes. They have before classes, after classes. They teach you things that you need to drink. They teach you why something is not good for you. They go down the whole route as to your life is about to change, and we're here for you, right? Everything's in that building. On the 3rd floor is where they have like kitchens and stuff, and counseling and classes. And then on the 2nd floor is where they do the labs, the EKG, they do the doctor's appointments, and on the 1st floor is where they actually have the surgery, which I thought was amazing because, so everything is in that building. It's a 3-story building. It's at I'm not saying my name. So everything is in that building, and I really like the convenience of it. I didn't have to go anywhere else for anything. The lab was on the 2nd floor. I mean, I literally just went there. So after the weight loss surgery, it was where everything actually like went downhill. Before I knew I was going to get the tumor removed. And that's where my mind was at, is that I'm getting something removed from my body, but I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be the 310-pound girl. I'm still going to be, okay with everything. I'm still going to be on this debt-free journey. I'm still going to be a mother of 3. I'm still going to be whatever, which all this stuff is still true. None of that has actually changed, of course, because they only took something inside of me. But once that actually happened, I put myself in a dark place that I can't even explain why. That's what really gets me, is that I don't know why I was in a dark place. I don't know why. I could feel myself getting out of it. Like realization is telling me, bitch, get out of this fucking funk that you're in. Like, come on now. You know better. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I talked to Salisa, one of the girls that I talk to all the time, and she was like, you're a foodie. You having the weight loss surgery, she was like, it's probably messing with your mind because you can't eat the things that you want to eat. And I'm like, that makes sense, But then I started thinking, if I wanted, I would eat it though. Because my stomach's healed to where I can eat any kind of food. So it's not food. So then I started like, maybe I need to start journaling, right? And I have this notebook and I'm journaling and I write down all my thoughts. And the only thing that I could think of the only thing that I keep mentioning is that I'm unhappy. But I'm unhappy about weird stuff. Like I'm unhappy because I can't go. I was trying to go to the Harry Potter thing in Austin. It's an hour away. I can go. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like things that I was writing down. It's like I was lying to myself to write it down. And it's like, it's in a way, I feel like I was writing it down so I can call myself out and be like, bitch, that's not why you're fucking sad. That's dumb. That's a and I'll just rip it up. Like, I mean, like when I say I can't tell you why I was sad. I have no earthly idea. Like, nothing bothers me. Like, I'm not in a relationship that's like, you know, this like, oh my God, I wish he would do this, or I wish she would do this. And I'm just so, no. If you don't do it, I'll do it. And if you don't do it and I feel like a man should do it, I'll go get another one to do it. You know, like, that's where my mind's at. I'm not in a committed relationship. I'm single. So I'm like, that can't be it. And then I can't say that I'm lonely because I don't like to cuddle. I don't like to do some of that stuff. Like hanging out, if I want to go on a date, like being with somebody or whatever, I can go do that. I ain't got to do that in my house. But I'm a homebody. I like to be in the house. Okay. So now I'm like, okay, what is it? You know, like what's going on? And then I try to reach out to therapy, try to see if they can actually help me. And I'm more annoyed with them than they are with me. I said, look, we can't hate each other for no reason. Okay? We can't be at each other's throats. I couldn't even make it to the doctor's appointment for the simple fact that I don't want you to go over there and talk to me and interrogate me the entire time. No, I ain't got time. And then I was like, maybe it's because I ain't got no money. I got money. And then maybe because I was stressed out because I had to work to get my rent paid. Because even though I ended up having money coming in, the bank account was to the point to where whenever the auto draft came through of the $1,200.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, sorry. Hiya.
What? Yeah. I'm glad this ain't a fake lash.
Oh, sorry.
So like, even though the money was going to come out auto draft, I was freaking out that I didn't have the money into the account because it wasn't the full $1,200. It wasn't the full $1,800 at the time, right? So it was like things like that was like, it was stressful. But I have a savings account that I could have pulled the money out of to put it in there. All my November bills were paid. All of my December bills were paid, just rent, because it's on auto draft. So it's like I'm not even financially struggling. I have a gas card, so I have gas. My car's working just fine. All my kids are healthy. My parents are good. It was like trying to find out what was wrong with me was one of the hardest things that I've come across. And it has to be my emotions. It has to be my hormones. Having a hysterectomy and not being familiar with the emotions, not knowing a method to get me out of a dark place if I were to put myself in a dark place, to have my emotions just fully rush in and not, because you know, whenever you're on a cycle, whatever, it kind of just flows out of you, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have that anymore. I don't have periods. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, I feel like that's the reason why I put myself in a dark place, is because I have hormones. There's nothing else. And then I had this weight loss surgery, and my doctor was like, oh yeah, you having a hysterectomy and the weight loss surgery in the same year is kind of drastic to emotions, especially if you're not in tune with your emotions. And I'm just like, you nowhere in 2024 could you have mentioned this at all, anywhere, the beginning, the middle. You gonna wait to the end to tell me that I'm crazy because my hormones is fucking me out? That's what you trying to tell me? Like, I mean, I honestly, once I found out that it's my hormones, I was like, bitch, whatever it is that you think you're going through, you ain't. Join your little fitness class and get back into it. So that's the reason why I started doing the 12 Days of Christmas, is because I stopped recording the way I was recording in November, which I'm kind of sad about it because my views actually started going up in November, and I'm hoping it goes back up. I'm hoping it goes back up. But now that I actually know this is what's going on with me, I plan on working on it. I plan on getting better. So I'm going to be on the self-love thing, self-healing thing, and it sounds so exhausting. I don't know how y'all be doing it. I'm like, dog, y'all ain't tired. But yeah, I'm going to be on this self-love journey. I'm going to focus on my debt, get back into it. I don't care if I'm stuffing $20 each video, if I'm posting twice a day, or if I'm posting once a month or whatever. I'm still going to be on this journey. But whenever I wasn't recording, I was still stuffing my envelopes. I was still, tracking my my bills and my budget and stuff like that. I just wasn't making big payments towards debt the way I would be if I was making small wins. So y'all are going to be seeing more. You are going to be seeing more Cynthia. So just to make sure that I am on it, I'm going to make sure that I'm either, if I'm I'm going to try to record once a day. I'm going to try to add some more vlogs, do some live check-ins, do some weekly check-ins, make sure that, you know, I'm keeping myself accountable. I'm trying to record shorts. And I even talked to Celeste and she was like, just record something. Even whenever you post on Instagram, you don't edit all that out. She was like, it doesn't matter. You just post. She was like, that's what you need to do on Instagram, on YouTube, where it actually pays you. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to do maintenance vlogs, which is going to be maybe my fitness routine, or maybe me going to get my eyebrows done, which today I got to go get them done because the previous lady did them and she shaded them in. And they're still tinted, but you could tell where she messed up and she was trying to cover it. So, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thank y'all so much for staying with me. This was actually a longer video than what I thought it was going to be. But I really do appreciate everybody who actually reached out to me and was like, you know, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're all right. And so, I mean, there was so many people, so many YouTubers, so many people that are not even on YouTube that was reaching out to me on Instagram or on YouTube. And they're just like commenting, giving me like just good words and prayer and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, y'all know that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like such an amazing thing to have whenever you don't even know who these people are. And they're already ready to support you. And you're just like over here in this dark place, like, oh my God, I'm so sad. And then, you know, these people are like, you can fucking do it. So I'm really thankful for everybody that reached out to me. I really do appreciate it. I am going to come back. I am going to start 2025 off right. I already started doing my sinking funds for 2025. If y'all haven't seen it, I did day 1 and day 2 and day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. I think it was day 3. I want to say this is day 4. This is a Monday. So the idea that I have is Motivational Monday. So if I'm going to do something that is going to be fitness related or whatever, I'm going to stay motivated every Monday, never miss a Monday, is the idea. And then if I do a video on Wednesday, I would try to do something like weight loss check-in or something like that, weight loss Wednesday or something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on YouTube or on Instagram, but if those are things that y'all are interested in, I will try to show you as much as I possibly can. This is going to be one crazy journey. I'm telling you right now, like, this is like what day 2 of realization of how I need to get my life together. So fingers crossed, oh, fingers crossed, we got this going. But bye guys, I really do appreciate y'all staying. So thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all stay blessed, stay beautiful, and stay safe. Bye guys.